Alright, let's complain about tip culture. Tip culture is one of the most annoying things to deal with. I don't mind tipping and I've always tipped, especially when giving good service, which is what a tip is for. It is not for us to pay your bills, which is very different from what I've been hearing. If you can't afford to tip, you can't afford to eat out. Couldn't someone say if you can't afford to survive, go find a new job? The amount of entitlement I hear these waitresses and waiters have for other people's money, saying things like people don't deserve to be served or have good service because they didn't give a big enough tip or no tip at all. Even if given bad service, still tip because the person could have had a bad day. I guess paying for the food wasn't enough. Instead of going at the ones who write your checks, you go after the people who are at a similar position to you. Let's look at this woman who is breaking down on TikTok because she relies on tips.
If you don't have money to tip your server and you go out to eat and don't tip your server, I have zero respect for you. I am a server making $5 something an hour and I live off of your tip. I don't care how many tables I have, how busy I look. I don't care. 9 times out of 10 I'm not making the money that you think I'm making. And it's crazy because there's so many servers out there and there's no awareness for this, it feels like. Like, the server industry does not get enough credit for how hard this shit is. It is not easy, it's back-breaking work. I work in a bar and grill, and I love my job, don't get me wrong, and I'm good at what I do. But it is so degrading to get stiffed, to work so hard, to smile at a table with a big smile on my face despite how stressed I am, and give you good service and then get no tip. Like, I didn't just work my ass off for you. There are good days and there are bad days, and today is a bad day, and I think that the service industry needs better pay. Because lately society's just not getting it.
The only thing I agree with is the service industry better pay. You should never have to depend on handouts while having a job. I don't think this is fully one of those living beyond your means situations, because I've heard plenty of times servers don't get paid very much and they rely on tips. Then you have more annoying videos like this of a lady complaining about her tip not being big enough because of the distance she had to drive, even though she could have declined the order.
You gave an $8 tip.
What the hell are you looking for? I gave an $8.
Okay, I'm gonna bring the food back. I'm gonna bring the food back. Okay.
You can leave it, thank you.
No, I could speak to you actually.
I'm sorry?
I need to speak to you. I don't think you realize where they're coming from, so I need to speak to you.
Where what's coming from?
Where the food you ordered is coming from. I don't think you realize the distance that it's come from, because then you would never actually have given what you gave. So I think you can come and see face to face. Because I drove 40 minutes, and it was extremely far, and I got it to you early. So I don't think you realize where you ordered from.
I don't understand. You
Well,
took 4
I think
minutes from where?
from the restaurant that you ordered from. Do you realize how far it is? Do you realize you ordered from Colmac and you're in Smithtown?
That's a 15-20 minute drive.
It's not. You need to try to drive it. I just drove it. It's 40 minutes. It's 12 and a half miles. So I don't think you realize how far it is.
So
But I
why
think
did you accept the pickup if you think it's that far?
they don't let us know how far. So I think you need to adjust your tip. Right.
How much is the tip?
You gave an $8 tip.
What the hell are you looking for? I gave an $8.
Okay, I'm gonna bring the food back. Okay.
Okay. Is she fucking kidding?
$8? That's a lot.
40 minutes it took her to get it? Okay.
I can't believe this actually happened. I remember I got a pizza and the pizza driver said something like, "What about a tip?" And you know what? I felt nice that day. I think she was expecting an altercation. Because when I said okay, she changed her mind and left. Lady, I was gonna give you a tip. You'll be surprised how many people think they deserve tips.
Do you expect tips just because it says it now every time?
You want to expect the tips because we want
So
tips.
if you do something right here and you don't say I tipped you digitally, you don't know.
Really interesting. I thought like the other person was judging if I press like no tip or...
If they are judging you, they should not because they literally can't see.
A lot of people aren't used to tipping for quick services. Do you think that you guys deserve
For the
it?
most part, yeah. Paying for not just the stuff that you're getting, but also the
How do
experience.
you feel about those
I
screens?
don't necessarily like it myself. I feel like it puts pressure on the consumer for no reason. Like for instance, if I'll go to a little store around here, grab a drink or something, and then they flip the screens like asking for a tip. For what?
You really want to show like an act of kindness, something that like speaks beyond words. Cash tip is a little better way to say that.
They are happy to give, we are happy to take.
Anyway, thank you for watching and thank you Entitled Server for the content.